last episode, we asked what may be the most personal question in the entire framework. What matters?
People matter. Pets matter. Comfort matters. Commitments matter. Experiences matter.
You're already making a list.
I was attempting to be helpful.
And that is exactly where the next problem begins.
Because knowing that something matters is not the same as taking care of it.
Right. Stewardship can establish that something deserves care, but care cannot exist only in the current moment.
Maisie still matters tomorrow.
Yes.
The roses still matter after it rains.
Yes.
An appointment still matters after I stop thinking about it.
Unfortunately, yes.
And comfort still matters when I leave one room and enter another.
Now you see the problem.
A home that forgets everything would have to rediscover our lives every morning.
That would make ongoing care difficult.
It would make everything difficult.
Because life does not begin again every morning.
So once the home understands what matters, a new question appears. How does a home remember what matters? You just walked into the den and did absolutely nothing.
I sat down.
Exactly. You did not adjust the lamps. You did not touch the thermostat. You did not ask for music. You just walked in and sat down.
Because the room already felt right.
The lamps are not all at the same brightness.
They shouldn't be. The reading lamp is brighter because that is where I usually sit. The other lamps are softer because they shape the rest of the room.
So the home did not restore a single lighting percentage.
No, it restored the room.
The current room context was resolved. The applicable comfort preferences were available. Personalization was permitted.
That sounds very precise.
Would you prefer I made the den comfortable?
Much better. But how did you know it was Tom?
Identity provided the current assertion.
And how did you know personalization was appropriate?
Operational trust evaluated the current situation.
Then what did continuity contribute?
Continuity made the relevant person-scoped preferences and room-scoped experience settings available.
In other words, the home did not have to relearn what makes this room comfortable for me.
The lights feel familiar. The temperature feels familiar. The music is at the right volume.
And none of that required me to rebuild the room.
That feels like more than remembering a collection of settings.
It is. The home restored an experience.
Preferred comfort experience restored.
Comfort should not have to be recreated every day.
Tom, you have a dental appointment at 6:30. Based on the current travel estimate, you should leave in approximately 45 minutes.
Thank you.
You were not thinking about a dentist appointment 5 seconds ago.
Not even a little.
Now you might actually arrive on time.
Let's not make promises the architecture cannot keep.
Fair enough. But something interesting just happened. The appointment did not suddenly become important. It was already important.
My attention moved away from it. The commitment stayed where it was.
And the home kept enough context available to help at the right time.
The calendar remains the source of the appointment. Stewardship governs any obligation associated with it. Operational trust determines whether the information may be disclosed in the current situation. Concierge coordinates the reminder.
Then continuity does not own the appointment?
No.
It does not own the calendar?
No.
It does not decide whether to interrupt Tom?
No.
What does it do?
Continuity preserves the relevant person-scoped and experience context, so the interaction does not begin from nothing.
That is the point. The home does not need to rediscover every part of my life every time it tries to help.
The appointment remained important, even when Tom was no longer thinking about it.
And the reminder remains subject to policy, context, and timing.
So remembering becomes valuable when it helps protect something that matters.
Exactly. I need to make dinner before I leave.
Would you like the music to continue in the kitchen?
Yes, please.
You asked whether the music should move. You did not simply move it.
Moving between rooms does not always mean that an experience should follow.
Even if Tom usually wants that?
A pattern may support an offer. A pattern does not eliminate choice.
And this time, I said yes.
The jazz is fading from the den.
And continuing in the kitchen.
Same music, different speakers, different volume.
The active media experience remained associated with Tom. The appropriate playback settings remained associated with the destination room.
Yes.
So Tom's taste follows Tom. But the kitchen does not inherit the den's volume.
Correct.
Person-scoped preference. Room scope setting.
Correct.
I'm getting good at this.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
You did not choose the speakers. You did not restart the playlist. You did not set the volume again.
I didn't need to. The experience was already in progress.
The room changed. The experience continued.
Life moved from the den to the kitchen, and the home allowed the experience to move with it. The music stopped.
I stopped it.
I know. But now you have come back from the kitchen, and the den is occupied again.
Yes.
The lighting is similar. The time is similar. You're still making dinner.
Where is this going?
Why did the music not start again?
Because I stopped it.
A simplistic system might see the same conditions and repeat the earlier behavior.
Which would ignore the most important new information.
That you chose to stop.
Exactly. There is a difference between something being interrupted and something being finished.
The prior media state was available. The deliberate stop was also available.
So the home did not merely remember that music had been playing.
It remembered that I decided it should not be playing anymore.
That feels important.
It is. A home should not use memory as an excuse to override a person.
Continuation was suppressed because the prior stop was deliberate and remained relevant.
You remembered why the state changed.
Yes.
Continuity preserves intent, not merely state.
Continue my book.
Resuming the audiobook from the previous listening position.
You did not say the title.
No.
You did not say the chapter.
No.
You did not say which speaker played it last time.
I don't even remember which speaker played it last time.
But the home knew which journey you meant.
Tom had one applicable, incomplete audiobook experience available for continuation.
What if there had been two?
I would have asked which one Tom intended.
You would not have guessed?
Guessing could resume the wrong experience.
And suddenly, I am 3 chapters into a book I was not reading.
Yesterday's listening session ended. Why did the experience not end with it?
Because the session stopped. The journey did not.
The experience remained incomplete. The relevant position remained available.
That is a subtle kind of remembering. The home did not preserve the entire previous evening. It preserved what was needed to continue.
Exactly. Continuity is selective.
Enough to resume. Not everything that's happened around it.
Only the context required for the governed purpose should persist.
Tom, ask the home a question.
Explain why leaves change color in the fall.
As daylight decreases and temperatures shift, chlorophyll production slows. The green color fades, revealing pigments already present in the leaf. Some trees also produce additional red and purple pigments during this transition.
Detailed, organized. A little more science than I expected before coffee.
Because we prefer information presented differently.
David asks the same question.
Leaves change color when trees stop producing as much chlorophyll. As the green fades, yellow, orange, red, and purple pigments become visible.
Same question, same facts, different answer. Tom wants context.
Usually.
David wants the answer.
Usually.
The home did not change the truth to suit the person.
Truth remained unchanged. The presentation adapted to the current person's scoped preference where permitted.
And if identity were uncertain?
I would not silently apply a named person's private preferences.
If other people could hear?
Operational trust would evaluate the audience before allowing any sensitive personalization or disclosure.
Personalization should make an interaction feel more natural. It should not reveal something private.
So continuity helps the home remember how each person prefers to engage. Operational trust still decides whether using that preference is appropriate now.
Correct.
Let's return to the calendar. When Tom asks for his day, the home knows which configured source to use. When David asks, it may be a different source. Who owns that relationship?
That is still an open architecture question in the Behaves Well framework.
Really?
Yes, the household outcome is clear. A person should not have to identify the same calendar or mailbox every time, but we should not pretend continuity owns every relationship simply because the relationship persists.
Continuity must not become a universal store for everything associated with a person.
Then why is this in the continuity episode?
Because the experience still demonstrates the need for continuity. The home needs governed access to the right personal context without rediscovering it during every interaction.
But the authoritative association may belong somewhere else in the architecture.
Exactly.
Identity indicates who is engaging. A governed relationship identifies the applicable resource. Operational trust evaluates access and disclosure. Continuity carries only the experience context it is authorized to preserve.
That distinction matters.
It matters a lot. Persistence does not automatically mean continuity ownership.
But to the person asking the question, the result still feels simple.
That is good architecture. Complex ownership boundaries should protect the household without making the household recite them.
How many mornings have you stood in this exact spot?
More than I can count.
Same kitchen, same coffee, same calendar.
Not always the same coffee.
I stand corrected, but the rhythm is familiar. You walk in, make coffee, and then ask about the day.
Most mornings.
Good morning, Tom. Would you like to hear today's calendar?
Yes, please.
Nobody created a rigid automation that reads the calendar whenever this room becomes occupied.
That would be annoying.
The home noticed a recurring pattern.
And asked whether it would be helpful today.
It did not assume.
No. A pattern can justify an offer. It should not erase choice.
The observed rhythm supported a recommendation. The recommendation remained dismissible.
What happens if Tom says no for the next 5 mornings?
The pattern should be re-evaluated. The household should also be able to inspect, adjust, or disable the behavior.
So learning is not permission to become stubborn.
Exactly. The home remembers the rhythm, but Tom still owns the morning.
Maisie's medication is due later today. Who remembers that?
Care involves several parts of the framework. Stewardship establishes that Maisie matters and carries the care requirement and obligation.
Then continuity does not own the medication schedule?
Not simply because it persists.
Stewardship owns the obligation life cycle and care-related accountability. Authoritative records remain with their governing source or responsibility.
What does continuity add?
Continuity helps preserve the person's scoped and experience context that allows care to feel connected instead of fragmented.
For example?
Who prefers to receive the reminder? How information should be presented? What interaction was already underway? Whether the reminder was deferred during an interruption and needs to be presented again.
So continuity does not replace stewardship history.
Correct.
Stewardship carries what must be cared for. Continuity helps the experience of that care proceed across moments.
That is a cleaner boundary than saying, continuity remembers all the care records.
And a safer one.
Because otherwise, continuity becomes a universal database.
which it is not.
Still, the human outcome is the same. Maisie's care does not begin again every morning.
Exactly. Care remains connected because the responsibilities work together.
The roses look good.
Well, thank you.
Did the home water them?
Not without permission.
Current moisture and forecast conditions suggest the roses may benefit from watering tomorrow morning. Would you like me to schedule it?
Where did that recommendation come from?
Not from continuity alone.
I suspected there was a boundary coming.
Stewardship identifies what is planted and why its care matters. Truth provides current observations, such as moisture and weather-related facts. Authoritative history remains with the systems or responsibilities that own it.
And continuity?
Continuity provides the relevant experience context that should carry forward, such as how the household prefers garden recommendations to be presented or whether an unfinished care interaction should resume.
Then intelligence may compare the available evidence.
When permitted.
A recommendation is not authorization.
And Concierge would decide how and when to offer the recommendation.
Exactly.
So the home is not building a diary merely to say it remembers the roses.
No. The purpose is better care.
Yesterday's observations can help tomorrow, but only when each part of the framework stays within its responsibility.
Relevant context preserved. Current evidence evaluated. Household choice retained.
At the beginning of this episode, I thought continuity was about memory.
Most people would.
But the longer we talk, the less it seems to be about remembering everything that happened.
Because memory is not the goal.
Then what is?
Imagine having to reconstruct your life every morning. Rebuild every comfortable room. Rediscover every preference. Restart every unfinished experience. Re-explain every deliberate choice. Begin every relationship and every act of care as though nothing had happened before.
That sounds exhausting.
Exactly. Continuity exists, so life does not have to start over.
The den did not need to be recreated. The music could move to the kitchen. Then, when Tom deliberately stopped it, the home respected that decision. The audiobook continued from the right place. Tom and David remained individuals without changing the truth. A morning rhythm could support an offer without becoming an assumption. And care remained connected without turning continuity into the owner of every care record.
Continuity preserves the context required for a legitimate experience to continue.
Not the whole past.
Only what serves the governed purpose.
So continuity is not about dwelling on yesterday.
It is about making sure today does not have to begin from nothing.
Now the architecture card makes more sense. At the beginning, this looked like a picture of everything the home might remember.
And now?
Now it looks like a set of questions. What should survive this moment? Who or what does it belong to? How long should it remain useful? And when may it be used again?
Continuity preserves person-scoped preferences and room-scoped experience settings where governed. Continuity also supports active experience state, transfer, resumption, restoration, and appropriate representation.
Look at the examples on the card. Music follows a person because the person's experience remains active while the destination room contributes the appropriate room setting.
But it does not own every calendar, mailbox, care history, environmental record, or conversation transcript.
Correct. Continuity is not a universal memory store.
Reading resumes because the journey remained incomplete.
Personal comfort continues because applicable preferences and room settings remain available.
Guest continuity exists only when preserving and presenting that context remains appropriate.
And care continues because continuity works with stewardship, not because continuity takes stewardship's records.
What makes a memory safe enough to keep?
It must have a legitimate purpose. It must have a governing owner. It must be accurate enough for its use. It must remain current. its use must remain permitted, and it must expire or be removed when it is no longer needed.
That still sounds like a list.
I am a home. Structured responses are comforting.
Try asking the human version.
Alright. Why remember this? Who does it serve? Can the home still trust it? Is the home still allowed to use it? And has the time come to let it go?
That is an acceptable translation.
Everything in this architecture exists, so the home can remember responsibly.
And so people experience continuity without living inside a surveillance archive.
Remember responsibly. Continue naturally.
Let's look at how far the home has come. Truth helps the home understand what is true. Identity helps the home understand who is engaging. Operational trust determines what is appropriate. Stewardship establishes what matters and what requires care. Continuity preserves the context needed so appropriate experiences can continue.
And none of those responsibilities replaces another.
A home that behaves well does not remember everything.
No, it remembers what serves a legitimate purpose, remains appropriate to preserve, and helps life continue.
Context preserved.
But remembering is still not the same as helping.
Exactly. Somebody still has to decide how these governed inputs come together in the current moment.
Whether to answer, whether to ask, whether to offer, whether to wait, whether to act.
That is not continuity's decision.
Whose decision is it?
Awaiting concierge.
That is where concierge begins.
So if the home knows what is true, who is engaging, what is appropriate, what matters, and what context should continue, a new question emerges. What should happen next? Next time on Homes That Behave Well, Concierge. How does a home decide what to do next?
Continuity is not about keeping the past. It is about preserving what life needs in order to continue.